Great flower gardens begin beneath the surface. Perfect blooms require perfect soil, and this guide will walk you through transforming even the most challenging dirt into a fertile growing medium that flowers will thrive in. Let's dive straight into the step-by-step process of preparing soil that will support spectacular flowering displays all season long. Start with soil testing. Professional growers never guess about soil conditions, they test. Purchase an inexpensive soil test kit from your garden center, or send samples to your local extension office for comprehensive analysis. Focus on 3 critical measurements: pH level. Most flowers prefer between 6.0 and 7.0 organic matter percentage, aim for 5 to 8%, and major nutrient levels, NPK. This baseline data will guide all your subsequent soil improvement decisions and prevent wasteful amendments. For flowering plants specifically, pay close attention to phosphorus levels, as this nutrient directly impacts bloom production. Clear and map your planting area. Remove all existing vegetation, particularly perennial weeds with deep root systems. For stubborn areas, consider sheet mulching with cardboard topped with compost 2 to 3 months before planting. While the area is bare, map out sun patterns across different times of day. Create a simple sketch noting full sun areas, which get 6 or more hours of sunlight, partial sun areas with 4 to 6 hours, and shaded sections that receive less than 4 hours. This mapping will ensure you're not just preparing soil correctly, but also matching flower varieties to their ideal light conditions later. Deep soil decompaction. Most residential soils suffer from compaction due to foot traffic, construction activity, or natural settling. Break compaction 12 to 16 inches deep, significantly deeper than standard tilling, using a garden fork or broad fork. Work in a grid pattern, inserting the fork fully and gently rocking backward without turning the soil completely. This preserves soil structure while creating essential pathways for roots, water, and oxygen. In clay-heavy soils, consider adding gypsum at a rate of 40 pounds per 1,000 square feet during this stage to improve soil aggregation. Address drainage issues. Poor drainage kills more flowers than almost any other factor. After a heavy rain, observe how water moves across your planting area. Areas where water pools for more than 2 hours need intervention. For minor issues, incorporate 2 to 3 inches of coarse sand worked into the top 8 inches of soil. For severe drainage problems, install French drains or create raised planting berms 8 to 12 inches high. Alternatively, embrace the wet conditions by selecting moisture-loving flowering plants like a stilbea, cardinal flower, or marsh marigold for those specific areas. Incorporate organic matter strategically. Different organic amendments serve different purposes in flower beds. For clay soils, focus on coarser materials like composted pine bark, which creates lasting air pockets. For sandy soils, incorporate water-retaining amendments like coconut coir or well-aged leaf mold. Regardless of soil type, aim to incorporate 3 to 4 inches of combined organic materials worked into the top 6 to 8 inches of soil. For perennial flower beds, add additional long-lasting amendments like biochar, 1 to 2 pounds per square yard, that will continue releasing nutrients for multiple years. Balance nutrients for flowering success. Flowering plants have specific nutritional needs different from vegetables or lawns. Excessive nitrogen promotes lush foliage at the expense of blooms, so focus on phosphorus and potassium. For established beds being replanted, incorporate bone meal, for phosphorus, at 5 pounds per 100 square feet, and green sand or sulfate of potash, for potassium, at 3 pounds per 100 square feet. Mix these amendments thoroughly into the top 6 inches of soil, rather than concentrating them in planting holes, which can damage tender roots. Adjust soil pH with precision. Most ornamental flowers perform best in slightly acidic to neutral soil, between pH 6.0 and 7.0, but notable exceptions exist. If your soil is too acidic below 6.0, incorporate dolomitic limestone at 5 to 10 pounds per 100 square feet. For alkaline soils above 7.0, add elemental sulfur at 1 to 2 pounds per 100 square feet, or use naturally acidic amendments like pine needles or coffee grounds work deeply into the soil. Make these adjustments at least 3 weeks before planting to allow time for chemical reactions to stabilize. Create the perfect planting surface. After addressing structural issues and incorporating amendments, create the ideal planting surface by rake leveling while maintaining slight slopes away from structures. Break down any remaining clumps larger than a walnut. For optimal seed germination and transplant success, top dress with 1/4 inch of screened compost or commercial seed starting mix. This fine top layer creates ideal conditions for seed-to-soil contact and helps prevent surface crusting that impedes emergence of delicate flower seedlings. Pre-water and settle the soil. 24 hours before planting, thoroughly water your prepared bed to settle the soil and activate beneficial microorganisms in your added organic matter. This pre-watering reveals any low spots that need additional fill and provides optimal moisture conditions for new plants. If the soil drains too quickly, completely dry within hours, add additional water-retentive amendments. If it remains waterlogged after 24 hours, incorporate more drainage material before planting. Mulch appropriately for flower type. Finish your soil preparation with the right mulch for your specific flower selections. For heat-loving annuals, use black or dark brown mulch that warms the soil. For woodland perennials, use light pine straw or shredded leaves that mimic their native habitat. Always leave a small mulch-free zone immediately around plant stems to prevent rot issues, and limit mulch depth to 2 to 3 inches to ensure proper air exchange. Your soil preparation efforts will reward you with healthier plants, more abundant blooms, and fewer pest and disease problems throughout the growing season. If you found this guide helpful, please subscribe to Hydrohaven for weekly gardening tips and techniques. Share this video with your flower-loving friends and comment below with your soil preparation experiences or questions. Until next time, happy gardening.